Okay, looks like we're all good to go. Which is what should have happened over 12 hours ago, but sadly that was not the case. But yeah, I'm sure everyone was wondering where I was last night. Well, if you'll click the link in the chat that I just posted, you'll know exactly where I was last night. Yeah, there was nothing I could do about that. The game was not working the way it was supposed to, and so as a result, we were pretty much forced to be resigned to taking the night off. But now that everything is all taken care of and the game is now working smoothly again, hopefully after a patch update that they did late last night, we were able to get things going again. And so that's exactly what we plan to do, because after we took on some side challenges yesterday, and especially to unlock the two new warrior classes in the game, we can now resume our path on the main story. So, with that in mind, greetings people of the world, Matthew back with you here at Novaura Autism for the continuation of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers Live. So we are back here in the Crystarium as we prepare to take on the possibility of having to go save a young girl who's known as Minfilia, who was the original leader of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn until that incident occurred. But yeah, she's found her way here apparently, and so now we may be going on a rescue mission to save her. But in order to do that, we need to speak with the Crystal Exarch. So let's go ahead and speak with him to take on the level 72 main story quest entitled The Crystherium Resolve. The Exarch is eager to delve into the details of his proposal. So whenever you're ready, tell us all.
You are doubtless eager to attempt Minfilia's rescue, and with your combined strength you may well succeed. But as I said earlier, I do not wish to show our hand unless absolutely necessary.
So what do you intend to do? Oh, what do we got here?
'Twas not merely the night sky that you restored to us, but hope. Hope for the future of Norvrand. Unlike you, we cannot contend with the Light Wardens, but so long as hope burns in our hearts, we will fight on regardless. This I will prove to you.
Is that why everyone's come to wish us well? Yeah, maybe he's surprised by this.
My friends, I thank you for gathering at such short notice. There is something I would ask you all. As many of you are aware, I received an emissary from Yulmore a short while ago in the form of General Ranjit. To my dismay, the General condemned the slaying of the Light Warden, and warned me in no uncertain terms that, should the Crystarium cast its lot with the Warrior of Darkness, there would be war.
Eminem's like, really?
Let none be mistaken. We would be hard-pressed indeed to resist the might of Yulmore. Some would even call it suicide. And yet my heart cries out to fight. Better that than relinquish the hope that swelled in my breast when I beheld the night sky for the first time in 100 years.
But does everyone else feel the same way?
Or so says my heart. My mind, meanwhile, reminds me that to follow my heart would be to risk everything we have accomplished thus far. Clearly, this is not a decision to be made lightly, nor less alone. And so I put the question to you all. What should we do?
Yeah, everyone, what are we gonna do? We're all waiting your decision.
My lord, you already know our minds. It brought tears to our eyes to witness the knight's return. The whole of Norvrand deserves the same, and not just because some children's story tells us so.
Yulmore's influence is far-reaching. Should war break out, trade would be subject to restrictions. The flow of goods will dry up, and we will struggle to make do with what little trickles through. But make do we will.
Aye, we can weather such hardships. Is that not the very thing the Crystarium was built for?
Was it?
We have always taken pride in our ability to sustain ourselves. Not just to endure, but to thrive.
When all falls down around you, rise up. Those were your words. There may come a day when all hope seems lost, but even should the rest of the world give in to despair, we shall not. We shall fight on, that our children and our children's children might know a better tomorrow.
Rousing words apart, I never much cared for those Yulmoran bastards anyway. No better than common swindlers, most of them. Wouldn't know a fair deal if it came up and kissed them on the arse.
Well, that's one way to say it.
Trust you to spoil the moment.
That's got everyone else laughing, too. And a smile on the Exarch's face is clearly there.
It appears we have a consensus.
It appears we do.
Let it be known that the Yulmoran host at Laxon Loft has taken the Oracle of Light captive. They fear the power she holds over the Sin Eaters, and doubtless intend to imprison her once more. So, I move that we rescue the Oracle, grant her a place among us, and let that be our answer to Yulmor's ultimatum.
Hear, hear!
And everyone is down with it. Yeah, much to our shock and dismay. Yeah, even the twins are shocked by this.
In planning a strategy for the rescue, I open the floor to you all.
Yeah, enthusiastic to carry out the plan, but not sure how to do it.
Have it. If Yulmor wishes to denounce us as villains, then we shall embrace our villainy. Will you do so as well?
Well, we already have.
We will not be outdone. Consider us your partners in crime.
Yeah, we're ready whenever you are. And so...
My lord, our proposal is as follows. We begin by deploying Amaro to occupy the skies over Lakeland. They should serve to delay the airship's departure.
What's your idea there,
At
Mr.
the
Moja?
same time, we scatter dream powder from the air.
Dream powder?
Not all will succumb to its effects, but it should thin the enemy's numbers, affording us an opening to swoop in and liberate the Oracle.
Very good. See to your preparations.
Yeah, everyone's ready to go. And so, off they go to do their various tasks to get ready for the invasion, as it were.
And what exciting crimes would you have us commit? Speaking for my fellow villains, I'd say we're capable of most things, though we draw the line at indolence.
Why would you say that?
If excitement is your desire, then I bid you join the guard. Captain Lena will give you your orders.
Alright then. Yeah, what are you holding? And so yeah, after that conversation, it's time for us to go ahead and speak with Captain Lena. So you will be joining the guard. But however highly the Exarch thinks of you, you will receive no special treatment from me. Is that clear? Where is your salute, soldier? Yeah, you mean this? Better, more spirited than the Exarch's feeble attempts, certainly. Now, first things first. yeah, the Exarch just shrugs that off. Now, first things first, we'll need uniforms. Go to the crystalline mine and report to Katniss. She will see you measured and fitted. And so, yeah, away go the twins to do that, and we will follow them in due time. So, let's make our way over there. Yeah, over to the crystalline mine. And there's Callus. Yeah, everything good with you and Peeta? Ah, and there's the last of them. Your friends are being measured as we speak. Right this way, we'll see to it you look your dashing best for your first outing. Yeah, and so, sometime later on... Don't know ya? Let's have a look at those numbers. Well, we actually haven't been fitted. Well, at least not yet. I see. How goes it? Yeah, welcome back, Captain. Sorry, Captain, I'm afraid we don't have anything on hand that's already fit. But we do have a few that are fairly close. We should be able to make them work with some minor adjustments. Very well then, see to it and have the uniforms delivered directly to the field. I shall take this opportunity to brief you on the mission. Alright then. So, as mentioned earlier, we will deploy Amaro to scatter dream powder from the air. Once the powder takes effect, an elite unit will storm the fortress to rescue the Oracle. Her safe liberation is our sole objective. Engagement is to be avoided wherever possible. I assume we're to be part of said unit? Correct. The unit will be divided into two contingents, one deploying for Fort Job and another from the Hostile Imperative. You and Afternoon will join the former. Shinji, meanwhile, will join the latter with me. Very well then. Before you proceed to your positions, you are to report to Chesimil at Spaglerix. She will issue you with a serum to ward off the effects of the dream powder. We shall be on our way then. Take care, my friend, and we'll see you in the field. It's quite far to the Imperative, so you may make use of an Amaro from the rookery. After you've collected the serum, of course. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Alright, so yeah, if you want to speak with Callus again, there is a quest you can do, but you have to be a disciple of Land or Hand to access it. So now we gotta get back to Spadrex. And I'm trying to think of the best way to get there. And I know we can go from the Aetheroid Plaza. And then once we're there, we can hang a right going in the lower door and then hang a left. And so let's go ahead. Hey Ryan, welcome to the stream. Glad to have you with us. Any advice? Just follow your heart there, Ayana. Yes, sweetie. Is there something you need? Oh, one of the guard come for the drama, are you? Here you go. I just said this will keep you firmly in the waking world while your enemy's off in dreamland. Now, if this is your first time, I should warn you, it's better as sin. Princess Kiss, they call it, but if you ask me, it should be Crone's Kiss. Just aside, the stuff really is foul. Most people gag like there's no tomorrow, but if you don't drain every last drop, you're liable to end up taking a trip to Dreamland yourself. So I must ask you to drink it here and now, while I watch. Come on, give the old crone a kiss. Yeah, so we gotta go ahead and get this stuff drunk. Yeah, look how we stagger. Well done, sweetie, I'm proud of you. Why, if I didn't know any better, I'd even say you enjoyed it. And now you needn't fear falling asleep on the battlefield. Just have care you don't lose any limbs out there, alright? They don't tend to grow back. Now we gotta go back over to the rookery. Oh, and just in time for the sun to come out. The Monsters, huh? I haven't seen that show in forever. And I never really watched it all that much. Yeah, I guess it's keeping it up because it's not a monster, quote unquote. Ah, let's speak with them.
Yes, what do you require of me?
Well, we need to be equipped with a bird.
An Amaro to take you to the Imperative, eh? As much as I would like to oblige, all our mounts are reserved for the coming operation. I fear you will have to go by foot.
Ah.
But wait, there might be another way, assuming you are willing to lend a hand.
I think we can. And so we'll take our 540,000 experience points, Gil, plus a level 72 headgear coffer now. But since it's still below our item 400 level, we're not going to be using it. We're just going to go ahead and see if we can sell it for parts. See if we can get a good return on it. Alright, now let's go ahead and speak with Zemjamai to take on the level 72 main story quest entitled Logistics of War. Zemjamai has a task for you should you be willing.
I was about to deliver an Amaro to Radisca's Round, one of the locations whence the beast will fly for the operation. The tower lies along the route to the Imperative. If near enough is good enough for you, you may make the delivery in my stead. Very good. I shall ready the Amaro for departure at once.
And so out into the field we go. Yeah, here's Zem.
Radisca's Round is to the north and west. You can take the road, or you can fly. It is up to you. Upon arriving, make yourself known to the sentry and she will give you further instructions. If you should become separated from the Amaro, worry not. The beasts are trained to return to the rookery. That is all. Go well.
So now this provides us with a golden opportunity because even though we do not have all the Aether Currents, yet we can actually do some flying with the Amaro. Yeah, this is one of the rare instances where we are not restricted. But we do still have to unlock all the Aether Currents and all the Aether Current quests in order to be able to fly normally around here in Lakeland. So we're not getting quite a freebie, technically, but we still have to go and cover the field as much as we possibly can. So that's exactly what we're going to do. And since Lakeland has a very interesting situation where it's not like Amarang or like Calusia where everything is split into two sections, since Lakeland is all pretty much the same experience level with everything, we can pretty much fly freely here. And not have to worry about having to get stuff at one point and then having to wait later to get more and finish off the rest of the map. But yeah, something else I should also point out as well. The names of these islands. Lap, Knot, Brick, and Weed. I don't know. Yeah, if you're wondering, there are these 4 islands that we are currently located over. But yeah, Lap, Knot, Brick, and Weed is in the far distance there. Why they all have these names, I have no idea. It's really weird. Yeah, we're gonna continue and reveal as much of the map as we can, since we have the opportunity to do so. Yeah, hopefully that doesn't put you guys to sleep, but it is important for you to understand how much of a golden opportunity this is to get experience points, because yeah, if you only started playing the game recently, then you'll know that whenever you go into a new section of the map, a brand new area, the whole map is revealed to you right away. But it wasn't always like that. In order to be able to know where you were going, you had to move around to the various places in order to unearth the map in its entirety. Yeah, and that's something that they do retain, I think they do retain it, in Heaven's Ward and in Stormblood. So Radisca's Round is where we're ultimately supposed to go, but we're going to fire a warning shot, as it were, at Laxon Loft. We're not going to get penalized if we do this, but it is on the map, and it does need to be revealed, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Yeah, it only uncovers little sections of the map, bit by bit, when you're going over the loft. Yeah, as you'll see, we are revealing more and more of the map as we go along. Now we're going over to the northwest. Yeah, we'll come back and pick up Laxon Loft after, or the rest of Laxon Loft after we get the rest of the map revealed, if for no other reason than the fact that we need to go back to Radiatus Round. Yeah. Also, is the flight music on Amaro not very nice and tranquil? So yeah, that helps to reveal more of the map over there. Now, the Operative is ultimately where we want to go, because, of course, that's where we're going to be reuniting with Lena in order to continue on with the main story. And so now we'll turn back around, uncover the Imperative. I was about to call it the Cooperative, but that's not what it is. Yeah, we're basically getting a free pass to say, here, have all the experience you want without engaging in combat. And it certainly helps in the long run, too, as I'm sure you'll agree. Alright, so get that corner revealed. Yeah, you also see a few more beautiful islands as we go along. So that reveals that part of the map now. As far as everything that I've revealed, it looks like, yeah, just the one part at Laxon Loft is left. Alright, so now we can go back there. Or at least we gotta go to Radisca's Round first, and then we'll move on to Laxon Loft and finish off the rest of that map. And as you can already see, we've already accumulated a lot of experience from flying around. Now here's where Radisca's Round is. Yeah, it's conveniently located right at the base of Laxon Loft. So yeah, ultimately we want to come over here and meet up with this guy, this sentry. Oh, you're delivering that Amaro to us. I'm afraid there's been a change of plans. We already have all the beasts we require here. Instead, this one is to go to the Imperative to the west. Please see to it that the handler on duty, Sally Von Through. If you encounter trouble along the path, return here and I'll set you right-wise. So yeah, you are now considered to have checkpointed, and we can now resume our path to complete the rest of the Loft's map, as well as Lakeland as a whole. So back over here. And there we go. 100% map completion for Lakeland. And now we continue on. Yeah, not going towards the Imperative just yet. And we're going to stop just short of before we embark on further. Oh no, we are going into it. Yeah, the way the map was curving, it seemed like we weren't going to. But nope, this is where we have to go.
Ah, the last Amaro. My thanks, friend. You may leave the beast with me.
Hey there, Shima. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you with us. Hello there, Zelly. Nice to meet you.
Say, I don't believe I know you. Did you join the Guard recently?
We did, yes.
Ah, so that is the way of it. Well, you managed to arrive, and that's all that matters in the end. I bid you welcome to the Astute Imperative, one of our key strongholds in Lakeland. The first thing you'll want to do is report to the captain. You'll find her at the lookout across the way.
Alright then. Yeah, probably also a good idea for us to start driving now. So here's where the captain's gonna be. So, it seems that rather than the Amaro delivering you, you deliver the Amaro. I'll not thank you. I expect all my soldiers to make themselves useful. Speaking of which, I have a task for you. And so with that, we'll take our experience, skill, plus a level 72 weapon, which we'll never use, and an Aether Current. And so now, as you'll see, a whole new set of quests have opened up in and around the Astute Imperative. But as you might remember from yesterday, back over at Fort Job, new up there too. So we're going to be checking out all these side quests before we move on further with the story and seeing if we can indeed bring back the Oracle of Light to safety. And so there we go. We're getting ready for our first steps to get combat in this particular game. And I'm also going to make it a point to, since we didn't do it as of yet, we're going to see if we can unlock all the Aether Currents now while we're going along doing these side quests. I guess this is the best point to do my save for my file. Alright. Well, congrats on getting a level 80 there with 3A. Or you can still utilize the truss at your level. Alright, so we're going to go back to Fort Job to start doing the side quest, and then we'll return here. Actually, no, not yet, not yet. We have yet to attune to the Aetherite. I would feel like a complete idiot if I did not do this. I would feel like a complete idiot if I did not do this. There we go. Yeah, stop myself before I make a horrible mistake. Yeah, I think it is something that they're gonna do with the expansions as well. Yeah, I think, pretty sure that all subsequent expansions will be utilizing trust. Alright, looks like we're all good to go again. Okay, so before we go back over to the Astute Imperative, we had a couple of side quests opened up here back at Fort Job, so we're going to go ahead and take care of those first and get them out of the way. So we'll run on over here to our first quest of 2 by speaking with the Guard Quartermaster to take on his quest entitled Stock and Barrel. The Guard Quartermaster seems a bit overwhelmed.
I hate to be abrupt, but can you help me?
I believe I can.
Oh, thank goodness it's you! The one who turned the tide at Holminster switch! Well, I feel doubly bad about this now, but I have little choice. I need any help that I can get. Thanks to the Eaters, everything not in ruins is in disarray, and I'm working to determine what material we have. But that requires sifting through it all, and I don't know what we would need it will be fruitless, as I won't be able to order, and... In short, I need you to meet me at the northern staging point, please.
Yeah, I was trying to read that and I was like, are you sure that's the way she was wanting to say that? Alright, let's hop on the motorcycle. And if we can get any aether currents along the way, we will definitely take advantage of this. Because yeah, that is now as important as moving on with all these side quests and whatnot. So we'll look for the aether currents, see if we can find them, and make use. And it looks like we've overshot a little. Probably up there, yep. Yeah, we gotta find a way to get up there. So we gotta take a longer way around Fort Job, maybe? Or maybe there's another path? Yeah, I think there's gonna be another path on the north side. Not exactly the best thing to be doing to running a motorcycle through a graveyard. But then again, it can't be possibly any worse than the things that Link does in the original Legend of Zelda when he goes to the graveyard and he has to, in order to advance things, he has to push gravestones over. Yeah, and that also applies to Ocarina of Time, too. So let's make our way after, hopefully we get this Grey Draco off our back. Don't come any closer. You turn right around. Well, yeah, I was about to say, well, that's one way of doing it. Yeah, potential fake out. Alright. Get back on the motorcycle. And now it's 172 northwest. Oh, fair enough. Oh, stuck on a ridge. Oh, it's 34. Oh, yeah, I remember this one. Yeah. This one's down there. Yeah, in fact, I drove right by it. Yeah, you'd be wise not to get closer to me. Yeah. You didn't leave me a choice, man. Yeah. You were warned, and you did not heed my warning. Therefore, you must be pruned. You know, we're gonna trim you down, deprive you of your thorns, and there we go. Alright, any others close by? 251 northeast, so this is going to be closer to the switch. Alright then. Also, I have one of those instances when my controller has a mind of its own. 90 to the northeast, so it's probably going to be up there. Yeah, in the middle of this fate. Well, there's the quartermaster. Yeah, we might jump in on this fate. In fact, I think we will. It's almost done, but we might as well fight it. Yeah, anything to get a little extra experience points. Yeah, tank's doing a good job. Actually, it's a bard substituting for a tank. Got the healer in the back, and then me doing my part. Take that, Sangir's Kogalan Nastron. Stay away out of that, Bard. You're doing a great job. Oh, don't pin that, or don't turn that towards the rest of us. Yeah, props to you for holding on to aggro on this thing for a while. And Opion is down. And we get maximum results and bi-colored gemstones. Fates in certain areas offer bi-colored gems as rewards. They can be exchanged with gemstone traders for rare items, some of which can only be obtained via these vendors. So completing these fates with the highest rating possible will increase your rank, which allows the local gemstone trader to vie for a wider selection of items. So yeah, that's something we can read about in Shared Fates from Travel menu. So yeah, we got 12 gemstones out of 500, and rank 1 out of 6. So yeah, that's what that's all about. 80 arms southeast. So probably over on a ledge over there. Or right over here. If I can get up there. Course. Yeah, that did not go over well, did it? And yeah, the next one is all the way down south. Probably closer to the Crystarium itself. But let's finish this quest first. Yeah, once we get the side quest done first, then we can go ahead and find the remainder of the Aetherites and the Aether Currents.
Reassessing the situation out here, though it may save time if you were first to tell me what destruction you personally witnessed.
Oh, at the switch?
Many structures burned or otherwise damaged in the fighting. Yes, I thought as much. I may look into procuring tents so that the laborers come to assist in the reconstruction need not journey back and forth each day. That ought to save time. I'd be curious to know whether anything out here has actually survived. Might I ask you to survey the northern area and tell me if you find any material or other supplies that might still be fit for use?
Alright then.
Thank you. Please meet me here when you've finished.
Alright, here we go. So we'll go around. And get the stuff from here. You peer into the crate to find that, fortuitously, contains several undamaged tents. Yeah. Unlike this knobbly cane, which probably is not going to get that much use. You pick up the cane and see that it's been weathered by what must have been many years of use. And then finally over here, defended by this white gremlin. Yeah, come on man, get it out of your system. And yeah, there's more of them over here. So we're not completely safe. And check out this spot. You examine the rack and notice that many of the weapons that remain are as yet undamaged. Alright, so let's go ahead and ride again. Hey there, Quartermaster.
Finished your inspection, have you? What did you find?
We found this.
Oh, shepherds around here use this sort of cane. It must have belonged to one of the residents, or former residents now, I suppose. We can return them, though, I'd imagine, if they had... I'd rather have the land and livestock back. What else was there?
Well, we found some of the things we actually do need.
Good to hear that I shouldn't need to procure any fresh tents. The weapons are less immediately useful, though I will of course have them collected. It seems that I'll primarily need to order tools, as there were none to be found in the areas I checked either. I very much appreciate your help. This has gone much more swiftly for your presence. Would you accept a small reward? I have a bit of coin stored just for such an occasion back at the fort.
Yeah, which is why we didn't finish our quest here. So let's go back over to Fort Job. And from there, we will take what we need. So let's head on back to the Quartermaster. Hello there.
And now the real work begins. Fighting off the Sin Eaters was no small feat, but the task of rebuilding seems almost more daunting. Nothing for it but to grit our teeth and get to it, however, for the sake of everyone in Lakeland.
And so we'll take our experience in Gil, and our task is done with her. Alright, so now let's move on to the other side quest that was made available here. And it belongs to Wiki Mao. So let's go ahead and speak with him to take on the quest entitled Classical Condition. Wiki Mao is anything but calm.
You there, get ready to run. Time is of the essence.
Why is that?
Our new Amaro has escaped into the forest. The Carnovis Beast and the Banditfield Forest. Wicked white, my contacts at the Crystarium told me it was meant to be trained.
Yeah, so much for that, huh?
Anyway, we need as many people as possible out there looking for it. Its handler is leading the search as he should in the Forest of the Lost Shepherd. Go! Go!
Yeah, this sounds like a desperate situation. We better see it resolved as quickly as possible. So then we're gonna make our way back over towards where the forest is. But yeah, as you can see, we do have to take quite a bit of distance around. Almost to the point where we could possibly see the Aether compasses pointing us, yeah, somewhat closer to where we hope to go. In fact, there's our Aether current right there. So let's go ahead and get this first. Alright, so where's our next current? 296 northwest. Alright, so since we just conveniently happen to be going that direction, we should be able to find this Aether current without much trouble. Yeah, in fact, combat is taking place. Yeah, that was a nice little jump. And yeah, there it is, out in the wide open. That was convenient enough. But of course, we all know that as we go along, the locations of the Aether currents will get more elaborate and fancy. The next one after this is 636 northwest, so closer towards Laxton Loft. But let's go ahead and speak with the Amaro handler first.
You've come to aid in the search. Excellent. It's this Amaro's first time out of the Crystarium, and he got a bit spooked. Took off before I could stop him. It's instinctual, you understand. He should still respond to this, though.
Oh, you got something for me?
That whistle produces a tone that all of our Amaro have been trained since birth to react to. Blow it loudly and then listen for his cry. If he's nearby, you'll know. So yeah, we want to go, yeah, close towards where Lax and Loft is, but not quite there. So yeah, we'll essentially be underneath it. So yeah, it should be somewhere in the general area. So once we step inside the red circle, we can start blowing the whistle. You hear nothing in reply. So we gotta go a little further. Yeah, somewhere closer towards the middle, perhaps? Still got nothing. Yeah, we might have to deal with the wetland wargs over here to find out. You hear the faint cry of an Amaro. He must be nearby. But where exactly? Right over there. Yeah, here it is. The Amaro trembles, apparently unable to move due to injury, fear, or both. Hopefully his handler will know what to do. Alright, so back we go to him. So, past the wargs again. And we'll let the handler know what's happened. But yeah, even though it's overcast, you will notice now that evening has descended upon the area of Lakeland and the Crystarium. That's something we took care of yesterday. So yeah, let's get back over to the handler. And there we go. You're back already? Does that mean you found him? We did, yes, but here's what you need to know. He can't move! Poor thing, I must go to him at once. And so no sooner does that happen than we're going back to the imperative. Oh, is that so? No fancy crown this time? Oh, so I meant to go to Fort Job. Yeah, it's still morning. It's still morning. Alright, let's go. Yeah. Hey there, Riki. If you're back, it had better be because you found the Amaro. Oh, it is. Oh, you did? In that case, thank you. We really couldn't have afforded to lose such a valuable resource. Yes, indeed. And that's opened up another side quest here at Fort Job, so let's go ahead and take that too. Yeah, from Bjorn. Let's go ahead and speak with him to take on his quest entitled Desperate Measures. Bjorn requires your assistance in teaching new recruits to the Crystarium Guard a vital lesson. Yeah, as he bellows out his commands and his orders. Like, dismissed! Except for the one person. An honor to speak with you, sir. Your deeds at Holminster Switch continue to be an inspiration to us all, and a great many of our new recruits are eager to follow your example. Unfortunately, as things stand, few of them have the strength and skill necessary to do so. They don't like to hear it, of course, but would rather run off to prove themselves against stray eaters than follow our training regimens. Frankly, they're liable to get themselves killed at this rate. I don't suppose you'd be interested in demonstrating just how far they have to go before they reach your level? I guess I can do that. Very well. I can't ask you to fight them hand to hand, obviously. They aren't even close to ready for that. But perhaps you might show them the ease with which you accomplish the tasks that they find so burdensome. Collecting Triffid sap in the Forest of the Lost Shepherd, for instance. It always takes at least 3 of them to slay one of the creatures, and then they'd spend an age getting to cut the docks at the Crystarium. I'd love to tell them just how quickly you managed the same.
Alright. So yeah, we'll go where the trifflids are, and then we'll start making an example out of them. But in this case, we only need to kill one. In fact, we got one conveniently located right over here. Hey man, you and I are fighting right now. So come on over and meet your maker. Yeah, we'll get you taken down. Yeah, get the pain and suffering right on ya. And boom, you're dead. So now we gotta take this back to the Crystarium. But yeah, I guess we've gotten so many crowns now with Mathia that I guess it was only a matter of time before we started wondering when are they gonna run out of crowns to give us. Because we got a gold winged crown, we got a purple crown, a red crown, a green crown, and the Pope's hat. So we want to go over to the pendants this time around. At least I hope it's the pendants. As it's more map layering that confuses people. Nope, there he is, right there. Thank goodness. Hello there, Docs. Nice to meet you. You're the one with the Triffid sub, then. Bjorn sent word ahead that you'd be coming. I got the message mere moments ago, in fact. And here it is. And such a fine cutting, too. I should be able to get quite a large volume of sap from this. I'll make sure to mention just how much more efficient you were next time I see the recruits. That may sound a bit cruel, but to hear Bjorn tell it, they will be in serious danger if they don't begin taking their training more seriously. Let's hope that this shocks some sense into them. I hope you're right, so we'll take his experience skill, plus some broad bean soup, which is a tank-based food. Okay, so now that we've taken care of all that stuff, now let's go back to the Imperative. So yeah, there's still Aether Currents for us to find, and there's gonna start getting closer to the Imperative itself. Alright, let's start looking. With 129 gnomes northwest. So this might be in plain sight, this one. In fact, if I remember from before... Yeah, there's an interesting thing about this tower. Yeah, there's the tower itself, but then there's this huge staircase that you can climb. You know, just took to see the confirmation of the location of the Aether Current. But yeah, you'll see this place is tall. You know, you'll see this place is very, very tall. I mean, we're not done climbing yet? Nope, but we are now. .42 north. It might be down there near the ramp. Here we go. .18 to the south. Oh yeah, I think we have to do something special to get this one, if I remember correctly, actually. Because yeah, one of these quests, or one of these Aether Currents is positioned in such a way that it's very inconveniently positioned. I'm trying to remember where it was from. So you can see one barely hanging on the outside. Yeah, 19 ohms north. It might be... We might have to manually throw ourselves down the tower in order to get it. I'm trying to remember how you get this thing. Yeah, there should be a way to be able to see this one. I think I need to jump out the car in order to see it better. Yeah, also the map is, or the compass coordinates are very confusing on this. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to drop down. There it is. Yeah, like I said, it's very weirdly positioned. Yeah, let's go ahead and get it. There we go. And then 249 southeast. So we'll throw ourselves down the rest of the way. Yeah, might as well throw ourselves down the rest of the way. Just so that you can get an idea of what the back of the Imperative looks like. Oh, come on. Well, I might have to jump over this without the bike, yeah. And I didn't mean to get into that. Alright, 229 southwest, so it's probably going to be literally on the opposite corner. To the east. Maybe on the lookouts. Not quite. 22 northwest. Oh, there it is. Alright, here we go. And then 461 to the east. How many more do I have to find? Oh, just that one. Alright. Works for me. Yeah, that one Aetherite was... That could be a real pest. Still 261 to the east. We'll pass on that for now. Come back for it later if it's still going. Yeah, it's probably around here. Maybe at the top of the disc is round. Alright, let's start going up this thing. On our way up. Well, we do have a lookout. So there's a free 172.5. Yeah, where is that current? 18 northeast. Oh, there it is. And stuck the landing. And so, there we go. We have now found all the regular Aether currents, so now all we have to do is focus on the job-based ones. So back to the Imperative. And this time I do mean it. Alright, we are back. So yeah, since we see Aether-themed Aether currents quests as well as variety of side ones. We know that there's going to be some chain ones involved, so let's start with the lower tier quest, the regular side quest, starting with Lethenmare and his quest entitled Loot Justice Mode. Lethenmare is sick to the back teeth with thieving scoundrels. We'll take care of him. You must be the one Lena mentioned. She said you're quite the fighter. I have a job for you if you're interested. Indeed I am. A group of ne'er-do-wells have been making a nuisance of themselves down in Damp Soul. What's worse, they're armed with the same gear that we use. We can't be sure whether it was stolen from the Imperative or if they got it from one of our own, selling it from under our noses. Whatever the cause, we need to get to the bottom of this. I want you to locate the stolen weapons and bring back one to me as evidence. My men will collect the rest later, and if those thieving bastards try anything, do whatever is necessary to defend yourself. You got it. Let's go find them and take them out. Yeah, so we'll head on out of the Imperative and find these vile fiends. So you gotta go down this way in order to find them. Yeah, also we'll try to avoid the anemone. So yeah, we're heading on over to the lake for which Lakeland is named. Yeah, it didn't get that name by accident. It actually is a legitimate name. Yeah, let's go find those guys. Where are they hiding? How about right over here? Hey, you. He's off to the Storch! Get him! Yeah, he and his friend. Well, we'll teach you a lesson about how to steal. And why you shouldn't do it. By giving you that death penalty. Yeah, do away with this poor fool and his friend. But, yeah, they're not done yet. There's more of them to come. Yeah, we'll teach you a lesson. We'll teach you a lesson and we'll take you out. And there we go. Yeah, you're not getting that cast on me. Alright, let's take it back. Trying to help myself stay cool right now in the summer heat. Got an ice pack close to me so that I can at least try and stay cool to some extent. Alright, let's take it back to Lethenmare. Hey man. So what have you brought me? We got you this stuff. So what do you think? So that's what happened. The markings on the hilt indicate the unit it belonged to. In this case, the rightful owner was part of a patrol that was attacked by sin eaters some time ago. Though we were able to recover the bodies, the weapons had already been taken. Gear like this would fetch a high price, but the fact that the looters kept it for themselves worries me. Whatever they were planning, it seems we were able to put a stop to it. God says if we don't already have enough to contend with, well, thanks to you, the rest of them will think twice before they try looting anything from us again. Yes, indeed. Alright, so we'll go ahead and reset here for a little while. And my audio file do its thing, and then we'll continue on. But yeah, how is everyone this morning? Yeah, it's certainly been quite a busy first 2 official launch days, but of course, as we all know, there was the 4 days of early access beforehand. So yeah, as far as side quests are still concerned, we still have 1, 2, 3 normal ones and 3 chain quests associated with Aetherites. Yeah, like I said before, Shima, you and your mom and your aunt push yourselves way too hard. You guys push yourselves way too hard with playing this game as much as you do. Yeah, and you'll definitely need all, like I said, you'll definitely need all the rest you can get, especially when Annie M delivers her triplets next month. Yeah, and how's Yoru doing? We haven't heard from him in a while. Yeah, it's been a while since we've heard from Yoru. Yes, indeed. Oh, really? Yeah, he's never really had an he really hasn't had an opportunity yet to experience how Canada feels like in the summer yet, has he? Like, I would certainly encourage him to get out there and enjoy the outdoors for a while if he's resigning himself to being inside. Like, if ever I need to get out of feeling bad about something or feeling depressed about anything, I always go outside for a walk. But I usually leave my walks until later in the evening when it's cooler. But yeah, for me, it's always worthwhile. Because sometimes fresh air is all you need. Yeah, so he's kind of like me. He prefers it to be colder rather than warmer. Alright, looks like my audio card's done rendering, so we can continue on. Alright. So let's move on then and get the other side quests. Alright, looks like everything's all set to go. But yeah, give Yoru my regards and let him know about the advice I gave him. Alright, so it's now time to continue on with the side quest here at the Operative, so let's go ahead and speak with Sue Luke and take on her quest entitled Inglorious Bath Stewards. Sue Luke looks at you with a mixture of admiration and concern. Greetings to you, sir. Still fighting the good fight? I expect that all that running about slaying horrible beasts gets quite tiring. If you don't mind me saying so, you look like you could do with putting your feet up for a bit, and luckily for you, I know just the place. Have you ever been to Clearmelt? The water from the falls does wonders for your aches and pains, and if you tell Boss the Bee that I sent you, she'll see that you're well taken care of. A bath, huh? Oh, yeah? Well, I guess all in good time, right? But yeah, I still can't help but feel like him taking the hormone blockers at his age is I still question whether or not it's safe for him to be doing that. Yeah, the first time I heard that, I kept replaying in my mind episode 73 from my Heaven's Ward Let's Play, where we end up being asked to take back some jerky to some goblins because a couple of refugees wanted to eat insect meat instead. And when you give the jerky back to the goblin, he asks about the insect meat, and the three words that he asked are, "Is it safe?" And ever since I heard about what Yor wants to be at his age, all I can think to myself is that safe? So let's go ahead and talk to Boss to B. Suluk sent you, didn't he? That cheeky beggar, he's probably hoping I'll give him a special discount next time he's here. And apparently I was also talking to a guy. Mind you, things haven't been going so well lately. There are a couple of things who've been scaring off the other patrons. While they always pay the amount due, they swag about like they own the place. I wish I had it in me to stand up to them, but I've never been one for confrontations. Say, if you're an acquaintance of Suluk's, you must have seen your share of danger. I'll bet you've faced things a lot scarier than those two louts. Once you get on their good side with some complimentary mulled wine, I'm sure they'll be more than willing to listen. If you could get them to take their custom elsewhere, I'd be ever so grateful. Oh, he told me he was. Yeah, he told me he was using or stealing Isabel's hormone blockers. Mold one, eh? Don't mind if I do. Hold on, you're not from around here. Did that little strumpet send you to sort us out? Alright, mate, I'm not here to cause a scene. At least not unless the boss says so. Yeah, he tells me he's been using those for a while now. I don't recognize you. What do you want? Want to give you this. On the house? You're up to something I can tell, but I'll take your down wine all the same. Don't know why I even bother coming here anyway. These days it's full of do-gooders from the Crystarium looking down their noses at us locals. But if that last wants us to pipe down for the sake of the ones born and bred in Lakeland, I suppose we can manage that. They're not to blame for putting me in a foul mood. Alright, I'll shut up and drink my wine. Problem solved, hopefully? Ah, can't quite get up there. And it turns out Basta's over here. Hey, Basta. They quieted down, you say? I was hoping they'd leave together, but it's still a lot better than all that swearing and carrying on they were doing before. I do hope they haven't given you a poor impression of the place, though. Our other guests are much less boisterous, and I expect they're as thankful as I am for your calming influence. Mind you, I won't always have you here to help, so perhaps you could ask Suluk to send a few more of the Crystarium guards? They might be preoccupied, but I'll see what I can do. Well, if that's what he told you, that's not what he told me. Alright, let's go back over to Suluk. What's that? Trouble, you say? My, that'll never do. I'll see if we can spare a few more men to watch over Clearmount. I imagine they'll leap at the chance. I fear, however, that I owe an apology. If I hadn't suggested you pay the place a visit, you never would have been involved in that unpleasantness. Here, accept this as thanks for helping boss the bee. So yeah, now we get a bracelet coffer that we're not going to be using. Yeah, we're picking up a lot of stuff that we're never going to be using. Because everything is weaker than what we have. Oh, and there's a head coffer over here. Yeah, that inventory is gonna get more and more full as time goes on. And so now we want to get the 2 here in the back. Yeah, which means we'll likely have to be climbing the tower for these ones. Oh, is that so? Okay. Alright, time to start climbing the tower. And up halfway along or so is Psykesh, so let's take on their quest entitled Beers for Fears. Psykesh is concerned about morale and the Ostal Imperative. There are worse jobs than guarding the Imperative, though it's not without its problems. The trouble is, soldiers are supposed to withstand whatever hardships are thrown at us, but we're not made of stone. Some of the others see complaining and worrying as signs of weakness, so they act as if nothing bothers them. They'll never admit it to another guard, but they might to an outsider like you. A few swigs of flatulent stranger might get them talking though. Don't blame me, I didn't name it. Anyway, if you can find out what they really think of working here, I'll make it worth your while. And yeah, you did not see that wrong. Yeah. Why call a beer flatulent stranger? I have no idea. That probably is one of the worst ideas at marketing a beer ever. Calling it flatulent stranger. So as Dawn prepares to break, let's start by speaking with Murlath here. Looking at the microscope, or the telescope rather. Hello, what's this? Something for you. Oh, flatulent stranger, my favorite. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to stop a few moments while I wet my whistle. Mind you, with all the recent goings on, we're in a state of constant high alert. Of course that means I have to stay in this chair, stare through the lens, and not fall asleep for the whole shift. And wait for nightfall. Truth be told, I found myself nodding off from time to time, and I'd appreciate it if we could take shorter turns. Not to mention the saddle sores I get from sitting down for so long. Yeah, you'd probably get a few of those, wouldn't you? Let's make our way down now. Yeah, probably best to go from top to bottom to do this. And we'll go this way to see if we find anyone we might have missed. Check to see no one's back over those areas, so now we can start going back down. In fact, it looks like everyone else is not on the tower, which is good for us. So yeah, try not to spook the Amaro as you drive by. Yeah, it turns out Sue Luke needs one of these beers. What brings you here? Yeah, we were done with you before, but we have more to give you. Oh ho ho, this should help pass the time. Keeping watch outside the barracks is not the most exciting job, I must admit. A bit of flatulent stranger will see me through the shift, but I'd better not make a habit of drinking on the job. Yeah, save it for later. What can I really do with someone to talk to? After all, guards usually work in pairs, don't they? Not only would it be good company, but we could also cross our spears and say, "Who goes there?" whenever comes close. I've always wanted to try that. You are weird. And looks like your friend inside might want one. Yeah, Shanrik over here. Have you got permission to be in here? I do if I have this. Haha, bribery will get you everywhere. Just joking, of course, I know who you are. A lot of the soldiers look up to you, I have to say. Some of them even wish they could leave the Imperative and make a name for themselves.
On the other hand, I expect a few of those out there in the field will welcome the opportunity to do something less risky for a change. We should be looking to shuffling the deck a little. After all, variety is the spice of life, as the saying goes. And we got one more bottle to turn over. Yeah, it turns out it belongs to Zelly over here. Planning to go somewhere by Amaro, are you? No, just the opposite. Hey, I suppose a few sips wouldn't ruffle too many feathers. It puts my nose at ease, that's for certain, but I wish there was something I could do for our Amaro. They can be a bit uncooperative when it gets too bright, you see. Perhaps we could use some sort of hoods to help calm them down. I'll put in a word with your superiors and see if I can come up with anything. Alright, away we go. Then we gotta go back up to the top of the tower in order to finish this particular quest. And then once we've done that, we can go back down. Because it appears by the looks of it that the... Actually, no, we don't want to go back down. We want to go back to the top because that's where the next quest was. So what did they have to say? Well, here's what they had to say. That certainly gives me food for thought, even if it did take a bottle of Flatchin Stranger each to get them to speak their minds. I'm glad I had the chance to hear their ideas, though. For soldiers posted in a remote outpost like this, there's nothing more important than morale. Here, this is for you. Thank you very much. And so yeah, let's now continue going up. Because yeah, there was someone else over here who we needed to take a quest from. Man, this thing is so tall. Yeah, here is Icecar. So let's go ahead and speak with him to take on the next quest entitled All the Heavenly Glory. Icecar has the need for seeds. I say, might I ask you a favor? Nothing too troublesome, I assure you. Well, assuming you have no aversion to slaying a few lake anemones, that is. It is the seeds I am after, you see, and I will gladly pay above the going rate for swift delivery. There's no need to worry about the whys and wherefores for now, just bring them to me as quickly as you can. Alright. For safety's sake, we're just gonna warp back down to the bottom. Alright, here we go. So yeah, we're going to be heading on back to the lake in order to not get stuck. Yeah, there's always one thing or another that will get you stuck just randomly for no apparent reason. Oh, you stay away from me. You stay away from me. Especially since I'm healing really slowly right now. You know, let's give ourselves a little second wind and stand a little more of a chance. Alright, let's do this. Yeah, steal these anemones. Gotta get 3 of them in all. Yeah, spin right through you. Yeah, they almost look like mini morbulls. Yeah, they kind of look like mini flying morbulls with tentacles. But that's not surprising. Morbulls have tentacles already. Yeah, the only thing these things are missing is bad breath. In fact, they have worse breath. And now this one has no breath. Still gotta get one more though. Get everything out for this last one. And load up. There we go.
And back we go. And then right at the tower once again. Yeah, gotta go back up to the summit. You know, I honestly wonder how they measure the height of these massive structures. Or if they even do. Because yeah, climbing up this as much as you do, it's just crazy. And so, back over to Icecar. I see, I take it you have done as I asked? We have, yes. Here you go. Yes, these should suffice. Of course I do not wish to grow my own lake anemones, heavens forbid. I plan to extract the oil for some improvements I have in mind for the telescope. Magnificent, is it not? It was constructed long before the flood and was originally used to observe celestial bodies. As you may well imagine, the sky inundated with light is not conducive to stargazing, and the telescope is pointed downwards to watch for the arrival of approaching sin-eaters instead. The return of darkness to the land stirred in me the desire to research the movements of the various constellations, though the years spent in this low position have rendered them mounting stiff, immovable in fact. Hence my need for anemone seed oil. With a liberal application, I will have the telescope aimed skyward that I may be blasting in the glory of the heavens. Well, we wish you good luck on that. Yeah, backflip for the win. And now back down to the bottom. So, of course, we know that there's going to be a chain amongst one of these three Aether Current themed side quests. It's just a matter of which one is it. Yeah, because I want to leave the chain one last. So yeah, this one does not appear it'll be chained, so we'll take on Cynard's quest entitled Imperative Repairs. Cynard could use a helping hand in doing some much needed repairs. Ho there! If you're not otherwise occupied at the moment, how's about lending me a hand or two? They've got me on repair duty, and what with the sorry shape this place is in, it's definitely not a one-man job. It's a simple enough task. Just take this pile of mortar, find a couple of spots where the walls are looking ragged, and apply a healthy daub. Thanks, friend. What with our ranks thinned as they are, we need all the help we can get. Yeah, especially if the bad guys from Yulmore start come knocking. Yeah, we're gonna have to do some more climbing of the tower again. Yeah, this tower gets a lot of face time in this place, as far as quests are concerned. But yeah, we do want to check around as much as possible to find places where we can use the mortar. Like over here. Yeah, it can't be used over there, sadly. I believe that there's another one back here. Just want to make sure. Yep, I was right. There we go. And away we go again. Now make sure there's nothing back here. Or on the right. Alright, keep going up. Get one over here. And continue on. Oh, yeah. Cross the sprint by mistake. Yeah, now it's the fourth spot that is going to be something a bit tricky, because if I remember correctly, the fourth spot is actually not in a very safe position. I'll make sure I cover this right. Because, yeah, like I said, it's in a very unusual spot, this last one. Oh no, it's out in plain sight. Yeah, for whatever reason, I thought it was in an area where where it was situated, where you had to jump out onto the part of the tower that was not accessible by the ramp. Alright, Cnard, we got it. I saw you hard at work out there, friend. All of us sees you tonight knowing that some of the ugliest patches of our walls are looking as good as new. Are you familiar with the history of the Imperator, perchance? It was built nigh on a century ago by the elves who ruled Lakeland in those days. After the flood, it served as one of our bastions of defense against the Sin Eaters. Yes, this fort's taken its fair share of beatings, but it stands tall to this day, watching and protecting the Crystarium and its people, and it's our job to keep it standing, material and manpower shortages be damned. Of course, we couldn't do it without the generous effects of volunteers like you. I reckon you have a real talent for repairs. Interest you in joining the Guard as a full-time wall mender? I jest, of course. I've already taken enough of your time today. Thank you, friend, and be careful out there. So there's an Aether Current for us. And so now we'll go ahead and take another one. And you just need to remind myself which one is the chain-oriented Aether Current quest. Through Tiana? Nope. So yeah, it's not through Tiana, so it's through the last one. So we'll go ahead and take on the quest entitled An Unreasonable Request. Tiana appears to be confused about your identity. Why is that? Hold it right there, Greenhorn. If you thought you could stroll around right past your senior without asking me how you might aid me in my duties, you have another thing coming. It just so happens that I have a task for you to perform. This is a supply order that must be delivered to Minos at Radiscus Round. You are to take it to him and do so with all speed. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, apparently word gets around about my, conscription, as it were. Alright. Off we go back to Radiscus Round. And so once we get that, then we'll be moving on to the chain quest. Yeah, excuse me there, you ugly basilisks. Yeah, I taunt you as I drive by you. Yeah, let's go and make our way back to the round again. And see if we can't find this Minos. Yeah, it could also be Mines, but I think Minos is more funny. And let's see if we can't find him. Yeah, here he is. Hello there. Well met, traveler. What brings you to our outpost this day? This, actually. A supply order from Tiana at the Hostile Imperative? But why, pray tell, are you delivering this and not one of our men? Well, actually, yeah, that's what I like to know. Or I intend to claim a reward, but yeah, I'd like to know, personally. Mistaken for a new recruit, you say? You really should make a point to clarify the situation next time. Not that I don't appreciate your service, of course, but Tiana has a reputation for running roughshod over anyone she can. While I am loath to impose upon you further, if you'll be returning to the Imperative regardless, I was hoping I might trouble you to deliver the supplies Tiana has requested. I'm afraid the recent Sin Eater attacks have left us rather short-handed. It will take just a short while to prepare the materials for delivery. I invite you to make yourself comfortable while you wait. Not that there's much in the way of entertainment here, it is a military outpost after all. Perhaps you could converse with the soldiers. It should be sure to raise their spirits, and you might just glean some useful information out of them. Alright. So yeah, let's start having conversations. Maybe there's someone we can speak to up here. Yep, in Jonard. Yeah, another male aura with a girl's name. Hail there, friend. Say, have you ever wondered how Radiscus Round got its name?
Well, don't answer that, I have a mind to tell you anyway. Radisco was a guardsman in the early days, one of our best and bravest as the records tell. They say he gave his life holding off a horde of sin eaters just long enough for a group of refugees to flee to safety. The body of this hero was discovered right here at this tower, and ever since then it's been named in his honor. Makes a man proud to serve, I say. I'm sure it does. Now let's drop off. And yeah, there's our next person to speak with, Luto Sai. Yeah, and this is a female Mikote by the looks of it.
Oh, the stranger. We don't get many travelers in these parts. What do you think of the round? She's an odd one as far as forts go, wouldn't you say? Truth is, what you see today is actually the ruins of a larger structure built over a century ago. We took over what was left and converted it into a lookout tower, sourced to service in our struggle against the Sin Eaters. Seeing as how it stands at a major fork in the high road, the location's rather ideal, you see. We can see threats coming in from miles away and send up patrols to deal with them before they get too close. Of course, it kind of gets lonely all the way out here, but what can you do?
And then over on the other side. Yeah, here's our next person, Valier. Yeah, hello there. A traveler? You're an odd one to pick this place for a leisurely excursion. Me, I can think of 100 places I'd rather be. Why is that? But since you were kind enough to grace us with your company, why don't I tell you a bit about this place? Radisco's Round was built on the ruins of an old belfry. In more peaceful days, its clarion call would ring out throughout Lakeland to announce the time of day. Since the flood, however, the bell serves a purpose far more grim, to warn the residents of Lakeland of Sin Eater attacks. Oh, would that the day return when its ring again brings only joy and not fear. Well, we did kind of bring it to the environment and the area by doing what we did, so yeah. You'll be able to use that bell again for its original intended purpose again before long, I am quite sure. So back up to the top. And we'll complete this quest with Minus. Ah, there you are, friend. Did my men have anything of interest to say? In any event, I hope your stay here was not overly tiresome. I'm pleased to inform you that the materials have been packed up and are ready for delivery. Before that, though, please allow me to compensate you for your service. I appreciate that, thank you. So yeah, we'll get the reward guild and an Aether Current. And so yeah, it's time for Minus to send us back on our way. So let's go ahead and speak with him for his quest entitled, You've Got the Tatch. Minus would be most obliged if you can make a delivery on his behalf. I trust that you are ready to depart. My man, Roy Tatch, has readied the supplies for delivery to the Imperative, so pray speak with him before you take to the road. Once again, you have my gratitude. Alright, Roy Tatch it is. Yeah, and here he is hiding underneath the tower. Hey, Roy. Oh, hello there. I take it you're the good-natured dupe, the kindly traveler, who's agreed to lob this hefty crate of supplies all the way to the bleeding Nostal Imperative. Well, here are the goods. Just aside, you do us a great service. We were fortunate when a merchant caravan en route to Amarang decided to sojourn here at the Round for a spell. We were able to restock all manner of supplies that we've been short on for months. That's how the supply chain works in these parts. Caravans pass through, bound for far-flung locales. We restock supplies as best we can, and then we ship them out to outposts across Lakeland. Of course, we don't always have enough free hands to make the deliveries. That's why we're most obliged to the kindness of strangers like yourself. Anyhow, I won't keep you any longer. Be safe on the road, friend. And so now we can take this back to Tiana. Yeah, we can jump for joy about it. Well, that might be possible, yes. Yeah, let's go ahead and give this back to the highly temperamental Tiana. Yeah, I'm sure she's been anxiously awaiting our return. Here you go.
Ah, you're back, Greenhorn. What's that you have with you?
The stuff you needed.
A fresh crate of supplies. Perhaps you're not so useless after all. Actually, I have an apology to make. While you were away, my commanding officer informed me that not only are you not a greenhorn, you're not even a member of the guard.
Duh.
I suppose I should have been able to tell by your unconventional garb. Anyhow, rest assured that I got a good tongue lashing for my presumptuousness. I won't let it happen again. That said, I am most grateful for your service. You're a damn sight more useful than half of the men here. Perhaps you consider joining us someday? In the meantime, I've been instructed to pass along your reward. Don't be a stranger now.
Well, as long as I don't have to get an ear lashing or tongue lashing from you, I'll appreciate it. So yeah, we got the deep roll gold ring coffer. And so, yeah, this is actually something now that we want to look at. Because it's item level 395 and it's stronger than the 390 ring we are currently equipped with. A Diaspora Ring of Slaying. So this thing has critical hit and determination over critical hit and skill speed. So yeah, this is actually something I want to go ahead and get swapped on for. So I'm going to go ahead and do that for a quick moment, and then we'll be right back over here to the Hostile Imperative, and then we can get on with the chain quest over here, because we're definitely going to be focusing quite a bit of attention on this one. Yeah, kids, you can always be assured that an Aether Current quest will always be associated with a chain quest. And that one was a chain in of itself, but not as big. Alright. And have my audio card do its thing. Alright, so since the best place I know to go do this stuff is back at our FC house, I'm gonna go there first. Oh, what we got? Oh, that's my mom. Well, I am considered in intermission right now, so this is perfect timing. Hello. Hi. Well, actually, I am in intermission right now, so you timed it perfectly. I have not yet looked at my emails. Bye. Alright, just gonna go ahead and get the materia sorted out. But yeah, you see why it's so important to take on all these side quests. Not only for the experience, but also because you can end up getting gear that you really wanted. And we got the Shadowbringers theme now playing in here. Or one of them. Let's make sure I'm retrieving from the right materia. Alright, so now we want to put this on the Ring of Slaying, so we're going to go with direct hit rate. That's why I want to be where the materia melter is, which is over here. Oh, I don't have any direct hit rate. First one I did. Guess I may need to go and exchange. I guess we'll go exchange over at Walgard's Reach then. I guess we'll have to make that our first priority. Yeah, going a little out of the way here in order to do what we need to do, but it's got to be done. Alright, materia provisioner. Yeah, you'll also notice that the range of available materia has now been taken away. I believe I mentioned this before, but the base stats for your characters of adding materia to that was discontinued basically because it was completely redundant and really served no purpose. So I'll ask for 7 of these. And with the remaining 2, I'll use them on Savage Might. Yeah, provided I do what I intended to do. There we go. Alright, so go ahead and have the wrist and the ring taken care of. So yeah, there's our direct hit rate. So now we'll swap out. And there we go. So yeah, that's what our stats currently look like. Alright, so I will say this though, it's really a shame that the Omega gear as well as the gear from Orban Monastery, cannot be exchanged for seals at all from your grain company. I think that's pretty disappointing. Alright. So I believe this is the chain quest that we should be getting. Oh no! There is no chain quest. Okay, I could have sworn there was one here. I guess that's not the case. Not that I'm complaining, but yeah. I guess we'll just move on then. Yeah, I could have sworn there was a chain quest here. I guess there was just the one that we just did. Alright then. If it's gonna be that way. Alright, so it's time for us to now move on to the last Aether Current oriented quest. Available from this Sentry Captain, so let's go ahead and take on their quest entitled The Astute Amaro. The Sentry Captain fears for the fate of one of his men. Damn it all, we can ill afford to lose another. Ho there, friend, might you lend me your aid? One of my best men has yet to return from his patrol and I fear the worst. As you can see, his Amaro made it back safely, but my man's nowhere to be found. Could you search for him in my stead? I would go myself, but I can't very well abandon my post. Yeah, and the Amaro knows possibly where he could be. And starts running off. Bloody beast, where do you think you're... Oh, too late, I suppose. But wait, do you reckon he's gone back for his rider? Sorry to trouble you, friend, but do you think you could follow that Amaro for us? That scaly brute might be my best chance at finding our man. And take this salve with you. I reckon there's a good chance he's out there, too wounded to have made his way back. Yeah, we better go. So let's do it. And let's find the Amaro and the person responsible for riding it. And make sure we avoid the basilisks as much as we can. Yeah, looks like we found it right in the middle of the crossroads. At least the Amaro so far. The Amaro stares intently in the general direction of Damp Soul. Yeah, keep chasing. Yeah, keep on chasing. There he is. The Amaro eyes the wounded soldier with a gaze that could almost be described as concerned. This must be the sentry who is separated from his mounts. Yeah, the Amaro eyes you with an unexpected gaze. You sense that it is hoping that you will tend to the man's wounds. Yes, indeed. Hey there, sir. Please use this. Thank you, friend. When the beast knocked me from my mount, I thought it was the end of me for sure. But however did you know where to look? Well, yeah, your friend gave you a hand. My mount led you to me. You don't say. I owe an apology, little fellow. Here I thought you ran off in fear of my foe, but it turns out you were looking for help the whole time. Can you forgive me for doubting you? And with that, I best head back to the Imperative and let everyone know I'm alright. Thank you, my friend. You saved my life today. Glad we could help. Alright, back over. And let's let the Sentry Captain know the good news. There he is. Hello there, sir. Ah, there you are. I was hoping that you would return so I could properly express my gratitude. You'll be happy to know, as I would, that my man has safely returned to the Imperative. Those Amaro can be stubborn brutes at times, but times like this make a man appreciate what loyal companions they truly are. I'd say this one's earned himself some extra feed for dinner today. I'm sure he has. And so with that, he goes on his way, and we can now fly freely in Lakeland. So now that all the side quests are done, let's go ahead and make our way back over to the captain. Because yeah, with all those side quests we've been doing, it's time for us to focus on the main quest once again. So there's Captain Lena, so let's go ahead and speak with her to take on the level 72 main story quest entitled The Oracle of Light. With the operation fast approaching, Lena means to put you to work.
In readiness for the operation, the Amaro will need to be treated with the same serum as us. As you well know, however, it is not pleasant. In order to coax them into taking, we have sprinkled it on their fodder. All that remains is to feed it to them, a task I'm sure you will enjoy. Fetch the fodder from the Amaro launch and see to the 4 other beasts. Dismissed!
Alright, so let's go get that treated fodder. Yeah, now that we can fly anywhere. So here's the stuff. Just need to set this down. There we go. So get that all picked up and start feeding the birds. Beginning over here with this alert Amaro. Here you go. Here you go, little guy. The Amaro happily devours the fodder. And so now let's go on to the other 3 that are all the way on the opposite side of the Imperative. So yeah, over here is this indolent Amaro. Yeah, here you go. The Amaro absent-mindedly munches on the fodder. How can we tell if it's absent-mindedly? Not the metaphor I would have used. But then over here we have this anxious Amaro. Yeah, don't be shy, enjoy. The Amaro is wary at first, but appetite eventually wins out and accepts the fodder. And then finally over here. Yeah, this equable Amaro. So let's give him what he needs. The Amaro reels at the smell, but accepts the fodder nonetheless. Well, mission accomplished in that regard. Oops, no, or want to sprint. Yeah, no need to ride the bikes over such a short distance. Alright there, Captain.
The Amaro are fed?
They are, yes. All present and accounted for.
Good. The rest have already been dosed, so we need not fear any of our mounts succumbing to the dream powder. All units have now entered the final stages of their preparations. The time is nigh. Make ready and await deployment atop the main watchtower. I will send your uniform along as soon as it arrives. That is all. May night smile upon us.
Alright, so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and speak with the Crystarium Scouts. Are they above me? Or beneath me? Might be above me. In fact, I should probably just be driving normally in order to find them. But I might not need to. Oh yeah, the arrow is saying up, so higher. Yeah, you can see just a little tiny arrow next to the quest icon. It's very vague, but it is there. And there's also a lookout section over here. So let's go ahead and make use of that. Get another free set of experience. And yeah, as you'll see, it's time for combat. We finally reached that point. The operation is about to commence. Stand ready. So during the operation, some of your gear will be glamored. Your attributes and abilities will remain unaffected. Let's do this. In this instance, my equipment's actually going to be synced down to 395. So later that day, as the sun rises, over at Laxton Loft, yeah, there's the soldiers from Yulmore. And there's the person they have in capture, Minfilia. Yeah, obviously she's not very happy about this.
Keep moving.
Yeah, lest your life be taken. But then...
What now?
Do you really want to know? It's a whole bunch of Amaro.
Crystarium at a guess. Desperate fools. It'll take more than a handful of overgrown lizards to ground us.
Oh, what a little you know. Yeah, Minfilia's just like, whatever. Well, she won't be whatevering what happens next. Yeah, take a look. Your soldiers are going off.
Sound the alarm!
Yeah, and no sooner does he say that, than he goes out like a light. Yeah, you're getting put to Dreamland. That's where you're getting sent. And so now that we're dressed for battle, yeah, we're all set to go and ready to take this on. Captain?
Captain, the powder has taken effect.
It is time. Let us free the Oracle from their clutches.
Oh, what's on your mind? Oh, that's what we're riding on. Yeah, forgive me if I inadvertently impale you with my lance as I get on you to your back. Ready when you are, Captain. Let's do this. And away we fly, over towards Laxton Loft. Yeah, this quintet of Amaro riders really did their job well. So yeah, it looks like we're just going right through the front door. Yeah, she's ready to go, and so are the rest of us. Once we get in there, it's time to take them on. Fight your way to Minfilia. Let's go in and do what we can. Yeah, Alphinode's already doing his thing. Let's give him a little assistance. Keep going. Alright, you're down. And so are you. Yeah. Do what you can there, and we'll take care of the rest. Alright, so we gotta follow the Captain and Alphanode over this way. Yes, you want to try and avoid being spotted, but yeah, not everyone fell asleep.
On guard!
Alright, there they go. There's more of them to come. do everything we can, but I also see that we really need to do away with healer over here. Yeah, let's put a stop to that, shall we? It's like the old one be getting my Mirage dive. Alright, and so we continue on. Yeah, Ulmor may most of the world's largest army, but woman for woman, we are no less mighty. And man for man, for that matter. Coming in from the side. Yeah, healer, we need to prioritize you first.
Leave this to me.
Incoming. Down you go. Now, it looks like you got some fire on your hands, but yeah, let us help extinguish it. Yeah, more soldiers are coming. Yeah, you want a piece of me there, fellow Dragoon? Yeah, it's a shame we must fight, but we have no choice.
Let's give them a show.
Let's give them a show indeed. Yeah, that reached far enough to kill the other guy. Yeah, they're getting overwhelmed over there, and so now help comes back over here. If you can stand, you can fight. Push them back. Yes, indeed. Yeah, those who are showing off their resistance and their immunity are definitely staying their ground pretty well.
You're not alone.
Yeah, I'm getting poked from the side here, but let's focus on these two first. Now we'll come over here and give you a little attention. Because you're so clearly desperate for it. Yeah. Load up everything at once and hit for the kill. Gonna bring you down, and there we go. So what are we gonna do next? Yeah, we'll let the twins do their thing, and we'll focus on trying to continue our search for the Oracle. Yeah, our path is not going to be easy to get there. Yeah, position just so. I love when I can do that. Gotcha. Yeah, put that fire away there, boy. Don't you know you're not supposed to play with matches? Yeah, we can see that the fruits of our labor have actually been successful. There are more soldiers out there who legitimately fall asleep. We gotta make it over here now. Get to the next line of defense. Yeah, Nina will take one, I'll take the other. Yeah, the captain holding her own pretty nicely. And they're resistant to stun, unfortunately. Alright, go in and help out the captain. And there we go. Yeah, Infidia fell asleep with the rest of them. Let's get her free. Hello there.
I thank you. Are you from the Crystarium? Correct. We've come to rescue you. Your weapons, made to the same specifications as Tancred's.
Really?
Be ready to use them. Understood. Please lead the way.
Hello there. Yeah, you can trust me. We've never met before, but you can trust me. Alright, lead on there, Captain. No need for apologies, young lady. We wanted to do this. Yeah, save your apologies until after we've escaped. Going to the left. Yeah, it's too quiet. But then, yeah, it seems like we have someone else coming in to say hello. Yeah, you might remember the general who came to meet with the Exarch yesterday. Well, he's decided to lead his men now. Brazen thieves. Brazen isn't the word I would use. You won't regret coming here. Well, if that's the case, then I guess it's only fitting that we engage you in combat. Here we go. Yeah, allow me to have the opening shot. Yeah, protect the little Minfilia at all costs. It is for your own protection, you say. We beg to differ on that. Yeah, even Minfilia is offering to fight. I mean, she was given some weaponry. Yeah, everything you've got, guys. Oh! Damn. That was quite a hit on poor little Minfilia, and she's out like a light. Well, thankfully she can't move, though. Stay there while I tend to these vermin. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, what you are seeing here is this expansion's version of Xenos. And he's very much a Xenos clone, where it takes a whole lot of effort just to weaken the guy. And he can respond with a really devastating attack that takes out everyone else and relegates them to the outside. And now I'm the only one who can fight against him. Well, that's why we're, quote-unquote, the Warrior of Light, but of course, that's not a mantle we can have here. Yeah, gotta keep dashing around his little pet's attacks. But I'm gonna make sure you feel my Gears Kugel and Nastron combo. Yeah, as you can see, that hits pretty damn hard. Yeah, it's a good thing I have Second Wind to help me out. But now we're gonna have to start getting mobile here. And I gotta get away from the fire and the explosions associated with it. Yeah, he really relies a lot on his pet snake. Hey Finbar, welcome to the stream. Glad to have you with us. It's been a while since we've seen you. Welcome back. Yeah, now he has this little move like what Seiryu does, where he knocks you back with that area-wide and arena-wide move. Yeah, Finbar, it's been quite a while since we've seen you. Now we gotta get ready for the second time that he does this. Yeah, try and make sure we can stay as much as possible outside of the impending explosions. All right, keep going.
Why do you persist in this folly?
Because we want to. Now it's going to be outside to inside. Thankfully, this works favorably for us. Now he's going to chase us again with this move. And lunge in on you. Yeah, this guy is really a lot like Xenos. Shoot, I bumped my mic.
It's over.
And so now, yeah, he does his own Xenos-like move to incapacitate us and stop the fight. Yeah, we're not gonna get saved this time. So yeah, what are we gonna do now? Yeah, this game's version of Xenos is kind of got us in a bad way right now. Yeah, this is not good. Yeah, I also don't like how that snake looks at us. Yeah, we gotta get up.
You bear a striking resemblance to the artist my master seeks.
Well, he doesn't want to go back and do more art.
By all
Sorry.
means, keep your counsel. You will all have ample time to confess your crimes back in Yulmore.
Yeah. Can we at least get back on our feet? Well, then someone out of nowhere comes along. Yeah. Who came to give us a hand? Well, unfortunately, Ranjit is pretty agile, can dodge around their attacks. But yeah. Hey, Thancred.
So, you are the wretch who stole her from us.
And he'd do it again.
What if I am?
Yeah, maybe we should be taking advantage of this distraction. Especially since Ranjit is so strong he can hold Thancred's sword in his hand. Yeah, that's what this Xenos clone can do.
Vermin such as you are not worthy of the Oracle.
Yeah, it looks like we'll need to be saved again. Unless Thancred has a trick or two up his sleeve. And it appears he does. Yeah, you didn't see this coming. And just like that, there they go. Yeah. Where do we end up? Going that way. Yeah. Captain isn't coming with us. But we're taking the Oracle. And you can't do anything about it. Unless...
Break!
Yeah. Put it right there, General. Yeah, even with all your Xenos-like abilities, you're not going anywhere. Yeah. The Crystal Axar came to fight too. Yeah.
Fool! You would see your city razed.
I would sooner see it razed than conquered. Suffice it to say, we are ready to receive you.
What now, Exarch? Will you face me yourself?
Will he? Or no?
I think not, General. I've quite exhausted my tricks. If you mean
then
to
how are you
give
going to
chase,
save
I will
yourself?
not stand in your way. But you would do well to tread warily, for your quarry goes to a place where even Yulmore dare not bear its steel.
And where's that?
Ilmeg, the fairy kingdom.
That sounds like a challenge to me.
To think that mountain of indolence still had the energy to unleash his hounds.
Yeah, and who goes there?
Even the most pointless of conflicts may alter a world's course. And now the plan has gone awry. But how? How did the so-called Crystal Exarch bring the hero of the Source to the First?
That's a good question. Do you have a good answer?
As if I didn't have enough on my hands already.
Then again, with a soul such as that, mayhap there is another way. One which does not require bloodshed.
Yeah. His outfit might be familiar to you if you've seen things closer to the end of Stormblood. But yeah, we'll be reintroduced to him before long. In the meantime, we've dropped our military uniforms.
Here in the shadow of the northern ranges lay the great kingdom of Verbert. A nation with a proud history that the Sin Eaters cut short, just like all the rest. Since that time, these lands have become a haven for Fey folk. Dreamers frolicking amidst the ruins of a forgotten realm.
And so here we are in a land they call Il-Meg. So yeah, this is the latest territory that we're visiting in the game. Yeah, hey, Thancred.
We should be safe enough here.
What, are you gonna say hello?
It's good to see you again, my friends. I don't know about you, but it feels like years since last we met. 5 of them in my case.
Yeah, and also, you don't wear anything over your eyes anymore.
Why, it only feels like 1 to me, but long enough to warrant a more convivial reunion either way. What brought you to Laxon Loft?
Yeah.
The girl, Minfilia. She and I were traveling together, hunting Sin Eaters.
But then?
But as we were nearing Lakeland, she abruptly ran off on her own. I found her too late to stop the Ulmorans from taking her prisoner. And as I was considering rescue options, I observed that the Crystarium was on the move. So I consulted the Exarch, who apprised me of the details of the operation and issued me certain instructions. Should the situation take a turn for the worse, I was to see you all safely to Il-Meg. And here we are.
Urianger has called this place home for a while now.
Yeah, that's right, he has. Maybe we can find him?
Yet we have never called upon him, I am ashamed to say. 'Twas only at the Crystarium that we met.
Hardly surprising. This is not the sort of place one visits on a whim.
And why is that exactly? Maybe because of the fog that we've been seeing?
Happily, having trespassed on Urianger's hospitality for a spell, Minfilia and I have an idea of how things work around here. Sooner or later, the Ulmorans will come after us. But before they do, the Exarch bids us accomplish 2 things.
And what are those?
First, rendezvous with Urianger.
Good idea.
And second, eliminate the Light Warden of this land.
Oh, there would be one here, wouldn't there? Meanwhile...
So, Minfilia?
Yeah. Perhaps we can be introduced to you more properly?
What made you leave Thancred behind, if you don't mind me asking?
Hey there, Shinny. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you with us. It's been a while.
You. The hero from another world.
Oh, you recognize my aura?
I was asleep when I felt it. A presence. Someone I was meant to meet. They were close and I knew I had to go to them. But with all the commotion in Lakeland, I was afraid that Thancred wouldn't let me.
And would I have been wrong? Had I arrived a moment later, you would be back in your cell in Yulmore.
Yeah, now she's getting scolded.
And now we have Ranjit snapping at our heels. You really have outdone yourself this time.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Thank you for saving me.
Well, hopefully we don't have to do so again. But I imagine we might.
Oh, poor thing being scolded so.
Who goes there?
Poor thing. Poor thing.
A lot of things go there.
Who said that? Show yourselves.
Come now. Put away that frown and have some fun with us.
Yeah. Who exactly wants to have fun with us?
Lots and lots of fun.
Which way was it to Urianger's?
Let's hope she knows.
We've been there so many times, but I can't.
You can't what?
Why can't I remember?
Uh-oh.
Damn it all. We're already caught in their spell.
What kind of spell? Yeah, maybe we're seeing it floating around. And so let's go ahead and speak with Thancred to complete this particular quest. Il-Meg is the fairy kingdom, and as one might expect, it is home to the Fae folk. The most prominent among them are the pixies, who have a penchant for making mischief. They use powerful illusions to play tricks on all who venture into their domain. By way of an example, they can make a familiar past seem wholly unfamiliar, or lead you to believe you're somewhere where you're not. And we are now, I am sorry to say, entirely at their mercy. Oh, great. So, we'll go ahead and complete this quest, plus we are officially bestowed upon the uniform that was given to us while we were fighting to save Minfilia. So, now that we have taken care of that, we're going to go ahead and call time for now for the morning stream / early afternoon, because it is now past 12:30 Eastern time. So we'll be back in about a couple of hours, about 3 o'clock Eastern or so, and we will continue on our journey here, now in a new territory in Il-Meg. So now that we have Thancred along with the Little Minfilia, we can now prepare to see what exactly we need to do in order to find our way through this place and hopefully be reunited with Urianger. So with that, I'd like to thank everyone for watching the continuation of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers Live, and I'll see you guys back here later today as we make our way through Il-Meg. So, thank you very much everyone for watching, and until next time everyone, this is Matthew at Novaura Autism, saying take care, and I'll see you soon.